All right, great Wednesday morning, everyone. It's Adam Mascaro Jr. with Manufactured Home Sales Mastery and with our 15 minutes to mastery for today, the 10th of July. Episode number 252 is what's coming at you of our 15 minutes to mastery. Today, we're talking about leaders developing other leaders. It's so important that we take our time for those of us that have the experience, for those of us that are in a responsibility management, just tenured position within the manufacturing home industry to help others develop into leaders as well, because leadership is what's needed across the board. No matter what industry you're in, we should all be developing leaders. And it doesn't matter what role you are. You hear me talk about that all the time. You do not have to have a management title to be a leader. Each and every one of you is a leader. Great Wednesday morning once again. So today, like I said, we're talking about leaders developing other leaders. Our quote for today says, good leaders develop ideas. Great leaders develop people. The best leaders develop other leaders. The best leaders develop other leaders. So we're in here talking about that to get you started off on the right foot, get you the information, inspiration, motivation you need to make today the best day possible. Because we know in manufactured home sales, man, it can be daunting, right? 80% of the people that you talk to don't end up buying. You get hung up on, you get cussed at, you get stood up by appointments. Everything happens. And then those of us in management, or those of you in management, general managers, sales managers, whatnot, a lot of times it gets lost on you the fact that you have human beings on your sales team that, you know what's they get beat up on the daily, and it's hard for them to maintain that motivation, that inspiration to get after it each and every day. So it's on us to help them get through that. And that, my friends, is part of developing other leaders, right? We're helping them grow as individuals, as professionals, so that they can continue to build on this great career that you already know what it can do for you and your family and those people around you, right? So what's involved in all of this, right? Well, in developing other leaders, you're nurturing, you're empowering, you're helping them become leaders themselves, right? But a lot of times I've run across, and this isn't even just now since I launched Manufactured Home Sales Mastery. This is when I first started in the business. I had some people that were in management above me that realistically, in all honesty, being transparent, they just would not share the information with us as salespeople. We would go, I'd go and I'd ask questions like, hey, how does this work? Why does this work like that? Why does that? Oh, well, I'll figure it out. I'll do that. And I finally realized that this person was so concerned with everyone learning as much as he knew, me out of fear for being replaced, right? So he was fearing developing us because he felt that maybe he was grooming his replacement, and that's really something that just astounds me that happens, because when you see somebody like that, all it shows is that person is not committed to developing himself or herself. That person is not committed to continuing to grow. That person thinks, I reached a certain level and that's it, I'm done, right? Or maybe they were placed into that position just out of the fact that they've been there the longest. And so, because if I am ever, whenever I hired somebody, I mentioned this before, whenever I hired somebody, I was hoping that that person wanted to take my position, because all that meant is that if I got replaced, it's because I'm moving up. Believe me, I'm not moving backwards. If I'm no longer in that GM chair, it's because I'm getting moved up to something bigger and better. So it's that fear of being replaced that a lot of these current leaders have that are not developing other leaders. Lack of confidence in their own leadership, right? When you aren't confident as a leader yourself, well, then how can you lead or develop other leaders, right? You're almost an imposter when it comes to that. So what is your own leadership style like? Do you even have leadership yourself? Okay. And then some, it's just out of control issues. They want to make sure that everything is done exactly the way they want it, so that it's difficult for them to delegate responsibilities, right? Because they feel they're losing control. And then just lack of time, resources, to really be able to develop other leaders. That's another reason why some wouldn't do it. Or maybe there's just no clear process to how to develop other leaders within the organization. So that goes back to the organization itself. You got to be able to get that done. So how can this happen? Well, first, there's got to be a organizational process. There's got to be something in place to, this is what we expect of our leaders. This is how we're going to develop them, right? So that you can assign projects, you can assign tasks, you can start to get them to grow within the industry, learn the finance, learn the feature benefiting, learn the construction of the homes, be empowering them. We talk about that word empowerment. That is not a word that is used within our industry enough, if at all, right? Empowering others. We empower our customers to make decisions. I was having that conversation with the housing consultant here in Tyler, Texas, at Mobile Home Masters yesterday, how you need to take the time up front to empower that customer to make the decision today. You're not forcing them. You're not strong arming them. If you are carrying out your sales process in the correct manner, you're empowering that customer to set aside any indecision, uncertainties that they had, because you provided all the information and knowledge they needed to feel empowered to make a decision on day one. So we've got to be able to do that as well, right? Because when you do that, now you get better team performance. There's going to be growth within the culture. It's going to be a more positive environment. Everyone is going to be challenging and pushing each other in a healthy way to continue to grow, right? So the best ways for you, my friends, to develop other leaders, a few things here. You want to make sure that you're providing opportunities for them to grow. Assign challenging opportunities to them. Don't give them the easy, remedial stuff that has to be done. That's just something they've got to learn. Challenge them with other projects, right? Things that are going to make them think. Assign them responsibilities that need to be carried out within the daily operations of the business. Give them mentorship, coaching, right? Encourage them to be autonomous. I would tell everybody in my organization, I tell everybody in my family, I tell everybody now that I deal with, make a decision. If it's the wrong one, we'll fix it. Just make a decision and go. As long as it's ethical and moral, make a decision. If it's the wrong one, we'll fix it. All right. That's going to be the best way you're going to learn. You got to fall on your face so that you can move forward. And then of course you want to invest in training and development, because I know you don't have the time to do it. That's why we're here. That's why Manufactured Home Sales Master is here, to take that off your plate so that you can then pour into your team, right? Or by running the business, focusing on sales, focusing on your current pipeline to get the revenue rolling. Let us handle the training for you. Believe me, we will do it. We will do it in a manner that is going to take your team to an elite level, because that's what we're about. And then as you need to create a supportive environment within your organization. If everyone feels they're walking on eggshells and asking questions, and they're going to they're going to be feeling stupid for asking a question, you've got the wrong type of environment. Okay. You can't be upset when people come and ask you questions. Now, those same people have to understand that you're moving and you're going. So your questions may be short and to the point. Doesn't mean you're rude. Doesn't mean you're being bothered by them. It's just, you've got to go on and keep moving on. So that is how you can develop other leaders. That is how you can take your organization to another level. That is how you can be one of those best leaders that develops other leaders, not just ideas, not just people, but other leaders, because that is what we need, not just within the industry, not just within your organization, but in society, folks. We need leaders. And that, my friends, is you. And if you need help with this, if you want assistance in being able to develop a leadership program or leadership development, get with us. We can definitely help with that, because we're here to take your life, your business, your career to a whole new level within the manufactured home sales industry, because that is who we are. You guys have a great Wednesday. Look forward to seeing you back in here tomorrow for episode 253 of 15 Minutes to Mastery. And until then, I can't wait to meet you.